I've got 7,000. Big up, people. Therapy. I mean, welcome to Real United Real Therapy. As you can see, I'm at our Nikki's sister from another mister. So I'm making my way home so I can be with you on the show. So big up to every one of you. Last game of the season. Therapy Arby. Last be having you. As you can see, I'm just about to go home, make my way. I had a lovely meal made for me after that emotionally draining day for football. Manchester United finally finishing third. But big up to everybody. Love and light. I can see Google this is already in here saying, guess next week we'll know which of those two is a good manager and which is a fraud. I can't believe you're saying that. Listen, realizing today, I looked at it, I thought I was slightly bit negative. I was slightly bit negative last night because I'm not going to lie to you. We only lost one game at home last season. Sorry, this season we only lost one game at home, and maybe I might have been a bit too negative. We drew 3 games in the league and we won every one of them. We beat all the big teams at home. And if you would have said that to me at the beginning of last season, I would have bit your hand off. I would have bit your hand off. So I'm sorry to say, guys, we cannot be that negative. Even if we lose the final, we cannot be that negative. I don't want to lose the final, but we cannot be that negative. Today was brilliant. Big up RoboCup. That's what you're calling me, Alien Tenno. RoboCup. Listen, I'm just waiting for Jarvis and actually to jump on some of the guys so then they can continue the show until I make it to the gaff to home. But I'll sit down for a minute and I'll keep you entertained. So hope Jarvis is joining us soon. Big up to Jarvis and big up to every one of you. Love and light. What did we think of the game today, people? What did we think of the game today? 2-1 win, Manchester United. We're having it. I thought we played better. When David De Gea made that save, I thought we played a lot better afterwards and we dominated the game and we had so many different chances and we could have scored. So third, it would not have flattered us. I've just been to our Nikki's and she's made me a lovely flipping meal, because she knows today was the last game of the season. She did that. So that's where I'm at. Our Nikki's gaff. And I'm just waiting, hopefully, for Jarvis and them to jump on. And then so that I can look at this. Let's see if we can do this. We can have a bit of the split screen. You guys can still see me. Please jump on, bro. Please jump on, brother, if you're free. I'm just inviting Jarvis. Jump on, brother, if you are free. Therapy Army, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Hit that notification button because it lets you know when we're next live, people. Let's go. Giddy Army. I'm giddy. Listen, Manchester United finished third. I'm allowed to be giddy. I'm allowed to be a bit giddy tonight because Manchester United do not finish third all of the time. They do not finish third all of the time. So I'm allowed to be a bit giddy. And yeah, 75 points. Decent tally. I think if we would have beat Brighton and we would have beat West Ham, imagine where we'll be. We'd be 80 now. We'll be next to Arsenal. So it is what it is. Condolence to the fans of the teams that were relegated. Yeah, 100%. Leeds are falling apart again. Leeds are falling apart again. Leeds are falling apart. Listen, big up Giddy Army. Big up Giddy Army. Where are you? Let's be having you, Giddy Army. Let's be having you. Let's be having you, Giddy Army. Let's be having you. Let's be having you. Listen, 1 minute, you. 1 minute. Come here, our kid. Give us a hug. I love you. Wifey. I love you, wifey. Oh, there's 50 of you in here. Smash a like. There's 60 of you in here. Smash a like on that video. Smash it like you're banging out Avram Glazer's mullet. Oh, damn. I need to let somebody out. Where's Jarvis when I need Jarvis or when I need one of the boys? Where are they? I need somebody to take over this show so I can go and make it home. Where are they? Everybody's looking at me weird. I'm at my friend's gaff. My friend's gaff, beautiful house. She's got this beautiful, beautiful home. And I'm just here. She made me some amazing food. And yeah, so I'm singing Leeds Are Falling Apart again. Listen, I don't like Leeds. They nearly killed me when I was a young boy. Me and my cousin and my uncle, and 20 of them nearly jumped me and nearly killed me. So trust me, I ain't a fan of Leeds. Hooligans. And then they came here after how many years waiting? 18 years waiting. They came here and then they started punching people. They started punching people in Manchester. So at the end of the day, it's what it is. Where are the guys, man? Where are the boys? Where are the boys? Have I ever needed the boys to jump on? It's the best thing to jump on. Where are they? I'm still waiting for the boys to go for a bit and tell you about the match. So, yeah, I was quite impressed actually today, really impressed with the way that we played. I know that he slightly changed the team, but I was quite impressed by the way we played, people. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. How long does it take to get home? It takes about 10 minutes for me to get home. Yeah, hopefully Bumbaye or Jarvis or Mundo, one of them will jump on, and then they'll be saying that by the time they've done their match reaction, I should be at home. Yeah. There we go. We've got him. We got Jarvis. Add to the stream. Brilliant. There we go, Jarvis.
Sorry
Jarvis
for being
late. to the saves the day. Jarvis, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I hear you.
Brilliant. Let me just get my earphones in. Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Good.
How you doing, Jarvis? I'm a bit giddy
fine,
tonight. I'm a bit giddy. I'm just at my friend's house. Nikki, she made us amazing food. And
nice.
I came there after the game, and I'm still here. So it's going to take me 10 minutes to get home. So I'm going to leave you two capable guys, you and Bumbaye, to basically give your... Yeah, you can bring on Mick as well. Send him the link, please. And I'll be home within 10 minutes. 12 minutes will take me to get home. But big up to Therapy Army. Listen, I'm giddy tonight because good performance today. David De Gea makes that save. After that, we totally dominated that game. Totally dominated that game. I think De Gea only made one good save after that. After the penalty save. And what a penalty save that was. We played well. I was quite happy. It hit me when I came out the stadium that Manchester United only lost one home game this season. It really hit me. It really hit me. And I was like, wow, that is a magnificent achievement from where we were getting smashed 5-0 by Liverpool the season before. And everybody was coming to Old Trafford to batter us at Old Trafford, to beat us. So, yeah, it is what it is. But big up to Bumbaye as well. So, it hit me today. Big up Eric Ten Hag, but one more game. And for me, there's no shame in losing a football game at the end of the day, but it's the way you lose. So, I hope the team will go there next week on Saturday and do us all proud. And I think, it's a football game. Nobody's going to give us a chance. But today's game, I was quite impressed. Fred was really good today. I thought Casemiro started off a bit shaky, but became better. Bruno took his goal fantastically well. Sancho was lively on the right-hand side. Garnacho was finding it difficult to get into the game. They weren't passing the ball to him as much. I wanted Leicester to go down because they're charging 80 million for Maguire, 100%. You're not the only one, mate, to build the training ground. They can use that in the Championship. Crazy. But yeah, it was interesting. And then it was so funny. I don't know if you saw the footage on social media. Martial's son has got an eye for goal. He's a goal scorer. He's only like 3 or something like that, 4. He's got a decent kick on him, and he's scored so many goals. And there's so many memes on Twitter in the UK saying that he's got more goals than this season than Workhorse Martial's son. He scored 2 goals today at Old Trafford. But listen, guys, I need you to take over the show. I'll be there, guys. I'll be with you. So big up to you both. And then Jarvis, you go first, and Bumbaye will come in and give you his match reaction. So peace, love, and light. I'll see you in 10 people. You're in the capable hands of Jarvis and Bumbaye.
It's gonna be a quiet one.
No, Bumbaye. We can do this. We can do this.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So, Bumbaye, what do you think about the game today? Did you see it live on Old Trafford, or did you see it at home?
No, I was at home today, man. I tuned in. Really enjoyed what we did today. You know, to be honest, I watched up to 60 minutes, and then I had to leave the game. But I was really impressed with. We just canvassed them really, and you know, up front, last third, the interplay was so good. So yeah, I really enjoyed today's performance. What did you think about it?
Yeah. Listen, first half, it was okay. I think we lacked a little bit when we were trying to play out from the back. The distance between Casemiro and Fred was too big. So the keeper and the midfield and the centre backs played well. But when it came to Casemiro, it stopped because he couldn't find Fred. And when he found Fred, it stopped because Fred played back again. So Bruno had to drop deep to distribute the ball out to the wingers and to the strikers for us to get any attacking threat. So I wasn't happy with Fred in the first half. I think he was holding us back, but I would say in the last 5 minutes of first half, he started to. It was something like he was suddenly switched on again, and he started playing good, and then he had the first assist to Sancho on the goal. That was good. He was fighting good for the team, and Sancho got a goal. But in the second half, he was brilliant. The pass to Bruno, the second goal, what a pass! You know, if De Bruyne had a pass like that, an assist
We'd be
like that,
raving.
you know, it will be on the headlines of every newspaper, and all the pundits would have talked about it, like De Bruyne will win the Ballon d'Or just because of that. But when it's Fred, they don't say much. But yeah, Fred was good, and you know, it's been like this with Fred this season. He's always been like fumbling in the first half, and he played himself up in the second half when he has been getting the chance.
You know, I agree with that. There's a player inside Fred. There's moments of Fred where I think, wow, I didn't know he had this in his locker. You know, he does a pass, he finds a ball, um, and then it's just so inconsistent, Fred, from
Mm.
one half to the next, from 15 minutes to the next. There is a player in there. I've always had time for Fred, but I don't know if I can rely on Fred. That's my issue.
Yeah.
You know, going into next season, I don't know if I can rely on Fred. I like him, but I don't know if I can rely on him because of the inconsistency. It's difficult. I thought Sancho was nice today.
Yeah, Sancho, he was great. He was actually good. The only thing I don't like with Sancho is he never takes on his man. You know, he's good with the ball, but when he takes the ball, he's like with his feet. He's like DJ Sancho with his foot. He goes back and forward, and he I think he should be tougher mentally and try more often. I would like to see that because the Sancho we saw in Dortmund, he was always taking on his man. He wasn't afraid. He was very technical. But you know, he had a great game today, and his progression in the last couple of games have been excellent if you compare to the in the beginning of the season. So Sancho, he was good. But one thing, the key thing, Mick and me has been talking about it a lot, and it's we have seen Sancho on the right now. He's better on the right side than on the left side. Now he has the option to go inside and go outside again. But when he's on the left, he always go inside. So that is problem.
It's a good option,
Mm.
left, right, to have. What I like about Sancho, one thing he has always had is I like his pass and move game.
Yeah.
I like his pass. He passes and he moves. He opens spaces for teammates.
Mm.
There was, there was quite a few instances of play. He gives and he goes quickly, makes a run, drags the defender. The space opens a bit, and the remaining players they can play in that space. I have always liked that about his game, but I think Ten Hag has done it really well. He's put an arm around him, he's given him time, and he
Mm.
seems to, the confidence is building. And he played today with a little bit of tenacity. He was a little bit of enthusiasm. Like I'm gonna try my stuff today. There was a nice Meg. There was some good link up plays, but again, you know what? Stand that man up and just go for it. Be a bit more
Mm.
direct with the game.
Yeah.
I'd like him to do that. If he can just be a bit more direct, a bit more killer instinct, I think we do have something there.
Yeah, that's the thing with Sancho. He needs that killer instinct for me. But he's had a rough year. It's personal problems. Things have happened that's not official, so we won't talk about it. But it's not always easy. He's a young guy, and he's learning and he's doing his best. What I have personally had against him this season is he's been too soft. He don't put his body on the line. He never takes it. So for me, it doesn't show it enough. But now in the last couple of games, when he's on the right, he's being better. Big up, Mick Ruby. How are you?
Hey, big up!
Rubes!
Hooray! I
Talking
told
about
you guys.
Sancho.
What?
We're just talking about Sancho.
I told you, Sancho on the right.
Yeah, you told me. And you were right. Very
Mickey
good.
Boo is telling you, eh?
Mhm.
Forget
So
about
far,
it.
so good.
Yeah, so far so good. Big up to all of you.
Yeah, Nuruddin is out at the moment. He's taking his bike home, so he will be on for in 5 minutes time. So now we are the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We are
so
running the
just-
show.
Yeah, just run it as
Oh.
you like.
Oh, Jarvis at the wheel. Tell me how good does it feel?
Make sure you send Dino the link.
Oh, big up. Three good points. We finished third in the season. It's just
Yeah.
amazing. Just amazing. I mean, we were sitting here yesterday, guys, didn't we? Like, we were talking, and I seen Arsenal fans having a meltdown. Like, basically we had a better season than Arsenal. What did they win? That's too overinflated, mate. Too overinflated. Too much
Yeah.
gas.
Yeah, Arsenal
guys-
have had a great season. But
Oh,
But-
so far so good.
yeah, but we have one trophy and we're waiting for the next.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, how confident are we for? I mean, basically we're underdogs, but I keep saying it's a derby, right? We're not playing at Etihad. We're not playing at Old Trafford. We're playing at Wembley. So form goes out the window, and plus we played at Wembley in the final before, so we kind of made Wembley already our fortress. So it's going to be interesting. Anything can happen.
Listening to Eric Ten Hag give his farewell to the season speech
Well, I heard that.
really gave me a lift, man. It gave me
Yeah.
a vigor. I'm looking forward to the final. I'm going into this final before he spoke, with not really a lot of hope, but I like him the way he spoke. You know what? He got me up for it, man. We can go. We can win the final. Why not?
Yeah,
we
it
did
was
a
inspiring.
yeah,
was
it was.
inspiring.
We did
I really liked it.
we just did this before. I done. This is my fourth stream today. we did like a post-match man of the match review, and then we did the season review. And in the season review, first thing I did was just to post that speech that he had in front of you guys, in front of the crowd, in front of the players. I was telling you that was wow, that was mustard. You know, it gave me confidence. We were
So,
sitting here.
so today, really, we uh, we should be discussing maybe player of the season, maybe discussing who stays, who goes. What do you think?
We did that before, but it's okay.
Yeah,
It's
we can
clear
do it.
now. We can do
You've
it.
done that.
Yeah, we can do it again. I don't mind. You know, there's certain standout performances over this season that we can talk about. You know,
There's a few candidates. I
oh
think.
yeah. I mean, you know, we got to look at the spine. We got to start with Martinez. You know, of course he's got injured second half of the season, but you know, in the beginning, yeah, he was kind of the main contributor, and then number 2 is Casemiro, right? This guy is, for me, according to me, like he's the man of the season. But there's some other players that sort of stood up in the second half, and there was Lindelof as well. Like, you know, he stood in
I
for.
think. Yeah, Lindelof has done well. I think Luke Shaw should be in this
Luke
conversation,
Shaw as well, yeah.
I mean, he's deputized very well in the
Yep.
absence of Martinez. You have Marcus, obviously, 30 goals in a season is not a joke.
Yeah.
But that just
You
proves
know?
to shove, like, you know, that, you know, Ten Hag got thrown a curveball, basically. Like, you know, everything was just ripped apart, like an open heart surgery. Like, he got injuries, he had to reshuffle, experiment, and he worked, right? Luke Shaw as a left-sided centre-back, and Lindelof did a madness, those two together as well. Aaron Wan-Bissaka coming back from the dead, resurrection. It's just been immense. It's been mint, right? The only thing that we miss is basically the scoring, the front line. I mean, Marcus Rashford, of course, he scored 30 goals, but still, Garnacho. Like, who would have thought, like, the young 17, 18-year-old kid, debut season, got injured, and who would have thought that we would miss him, right? The moment he came back, just 10 seconds in the field, like, you know, he scores 20. It's just mint. I'm looking forward for next season, mate, to be honest.
Very much. Now that the dust is settling on this season, I'm really excited about the next one.
Yeah.
You have Ahmad coming back as well.
Oh, yeah. And Palestri. I like Palestri.
He played today.
He did. He got some minutes at the end, yeah.
Honestly, I like this kid, man. He bursts through.
Yeah. Cuts like a knife through butter, right? Seriously. Low center gravity. And
It gives me a Messi vibe.
He does.
Nowhere near. But honestly, when I watch him, I feel like he moves very similar to Messi.
Yeah. Still
Yes, I agree, Mumbai. I have been saying it all the time. He reminds me of Messi. You can't compare him because that's it. But you know, in the way he shields the ball, the speed he moves with the ball, his low central gravity, he reminds me of Messi. And today, you missed the last part of the game, did you, Bombaye?
I watched up to about 62 minutes, then I had to bail out.
Okay. Yeah, because in the end of the game, Weghorst had a huge chance. He missed the sitter.
I saw it.
An open goal, but in the play in front of that chance, it was Palistri. He was carrying the ball up the center of the field. He is so fast, and he knows how to release the ball at the right moment and take on the man. So he's really good. But he's like a. The problem is, I don't know if Ten Hag is willing to play him enough. So we were talking about it on the other stream, and we ended up like the best move for him is probably a loan deal next season, so he gets more football. He needs football to develop.
The thing is, if you go on the Manchester United's website, like they list him as a midfielder.
Yeah.
So, is it number 10? Right winger.
For me, it's a number 10.
Yeah. Man, why not? Like, have a rotational player to Bruno, player Pellistri, right? Why not? Give the kid a chance. Seriously, he's got talent. That's what I'm saying. It's very rare. Like, somebody at least that can run with the ball and just take on the players like he did. Like, fearless. Like that U2 song, He Moves in Mysterious Ways. What? It's alright, it's alright. She moves in mysterious ways. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I think what he has, I'd like to inject just a little bit of that directness into Sancho.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. And
He's
when we signed Facundo Pellistri, I'd never heard of him, but there's a guy called what's his name? He's an English correspondent that is based in Brazil for over 20 years. Something Vickers or Vickery, Tim Vickery or
Tim Vickery,
I can't
yes.
remember his name. Okay. And he said when just before we signed him, he was being asked about the state of play in South America, and he said a couple of names that are the brightest sparks in South American football. This was when I think, we're talking a few years ago, and he said Facundo Pellistri is a very bright spark. And I remember that when we got him, and I look at him and I think I'm really interested in this player. I really want to see more and more and more of him to be able to make a decision. And when I watch him, I do like what I see, but I'm not sure why he doesn't seem to feature for us. There must be something that Eric Ten Hag is looking at and thinking, no, I'm not seeing it or not quite feeling it.
I think he's thinking he's not ready yet. You see what he did with the Garnacho as well, right? He blended him in slowly, like, made him hungrier and hungrier, right? The time will come, I think so. But the question is, will he stay or will he go on loan? Because the reason why he stayed, because he got an injury, so he couldn't go on loan. So that's why he stayed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Ahmad coming back as well. So we have the youth. We have some prospect youth that's exciting, right? Even Iqbal and even what's his name? Hannibal. Mino and Hannibal and we do have talent, right?
Yeah, the biggest talent that's probably coming up next season is Fernandes on the left back.
Yes, Fernandes.
He's 100%. Incredible.
100%. Now, I don't know. For me right now, okay, let's chill. We just got third, right? That's kind of raised the bar a little bit for next season. Because I never expected us to even make top 4 this season. For me, it was just like a bonus, right? But seeing this is just unbelievable what this guy has done in one season. One cup, transformed the whole entire mentality within the squad and also the fan base, right? Became more positive. 100%. I can't even believe that he's not even nominated on the Premier League Manager Award. Like, this is a shambles, right? This is disgraceful, right? What if he wins, say, an FA Cup as well? I'm not going to speak loudly because the footballing gods do exist, you know what I mean? But what if, he's not even nominated as a Manager of the Year award? Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, it's like the FA don't like Man United. Nureddin was talking about it when we won the treble and Ginola won in '99 and Ginola won the Player of the Year. Newcastle.
Holy shit! Robocop is in town.
It's got a bit colder. Here, boys. How we doing?
Oh, we're buzzing, mate. How are you?
Yeah, listen. As I said earlier on, I got a bit giddy today because it dawned on me that Manchester United only lost 1 game at home. We drew 3 and we won the rest. And I was really impressed with the team today. I was super impressed after the De Gea made the save. I was really impressed the way we played, the way we controlled the game. And we could have scored even more.
We could have,
do you guys not think that, I don't know, man. I was watching that game today really, really happy with what we were doing. And I thought the first goal that came from the corner was pretty much against the run of play for me.
It was. I was
Do you know what
surprised
I
with the
really,
corner. Right?
yeah. I mean, I thought we were, um, I thought we were really good. You know, I liked a lot what I was seeing. There was a lot of great movement
Mm.
up front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't, honestly, do you remember Jarvis? You were talking about a guy called Moani, yeah?
Yeah, Kulumwani.
And Kolumwani, and today, that came into my mind when I was watching United today because you described him, um, because we weren't sure if what Ten Hag wanted. If he gets a central focal point like a Harry Kane, okay, fine. But if you get a Kolumwani, he's not a central focal point. I think you're looking at creating a lot of chaos over there with interchangeable players.
Mm.
One
Mm.
cutting inside, one going outside. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to pick up. And today, the way that we played, I felt that we had that kind of vibe about us. We canvassed Fulham quite a lot. Spent a lot of time in that last third with some, nice one-touch, bam, goal movement. It didn't always work, but the ideas were really there, and there was a zip about the way that we were moving in that last third. It didn't translate into loads of chances, but I like the general outfield play. I mean, Fulham are a good team, and I felt we were in control of that game for
Yeah.
more or less. I didn't really feel too scared. And when we went down against Fulham, I thought, no, the way we're playing, we're going to come back and win this game. That's how I felt today.
Yeah. But the first goal was a little bit of a shambles marking. That should never have gone in. You know, I was just like, what the hell happened here? Like, the corner goal,
from
unmarked,
nothing really.
from
Yeah,
nothing, and
there was
that was
nobody
pretty
on
much
that
it.
front post. There was nobody on that front post. I don't think.
Yeah, but I think that the game changed when De Gea saved the penalty from Mitrovic. Then the team kind of woke up like, nah, you shall not pass. You know what I mean? And then we went.
We do need those wake up calls. Games when you watch us sometimes. It's like against Chelsea. Yeah, we had a few wake up calls. Tom said the phrase "living on small mercies."
Yeah.
It's as if Manchester United start, okay, we've got control, everything's fine, and then just starts to go to sleep a little bit, and you need almost a jolt to wake up again.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? And sometimes all you need to do is basically work their keeper, get that crowd up again, and then you're back in the game. But
Yeah.
we seem to. That's where I started to change my mind about a central defensive midfielder and wanting more of a controller, a
Yeah.
dictator
A
to
register.
get us back into the game. Yeah, that's changed with me about 4 months ago. I was intent on no, we need a defensive destroyer, a top one, but I changed my mind now. I'd take both, but my priority is more of a, as you say, you call it a reducer. Get back into the game.
Registra.
Yeah.
I think, like,
This is it.
today we had a discussion about Fred today, right? With Fred, it's like the Forrest Gump box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get. But today you open the box and you got the golden nugget. You know what I mean? He was good today, right?
Yeah.
That through ball to Fernandez and that dink, that was just like amazing. Robocop is in the house.
Yeah, and
Yes, sir, fam.
Big up, people.
Big up.
Robocop. Is that how you want it? Should we do the show with the Robocop tonight?
No,
We
man.
should.
Get that helmet off. Let's see that lovely face of yours. Go on.
Listen, 90 of you watching, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, people. We had to rush to get here, but big up to everybody. My friend made me some really nice dinner, so I had to go. I had to oblige. And then, you get talking, and then next minute it is what it is. But big up to everybody. Please smash a like on the video. Scozy, you're not going out. It's too late now. Too many drivers out there, mate. Chill out. Scozy's doing my head in. He wants to go out. And there's crazy drivers who are drunk drivers on a bank holiday weekend in Manchester. So big up to everybody. I was quite impressed today. Really impressed. Like I said, David De Gea made a save. Next minute, we went and stepped up the levels. And Fulham couldn't live with us. I don't know. Maybe I watched the game, different game to most people. But I thought that we could have scored more goals. And De Gea only made one good save after that.
But Irfan, how did you see the game? Big up to Mick Ruby, big up to Bumbaye, big up to Jarvis, big up to you guys. I was listening as I was cycling back from my friend's gaff, and you guys are hilarious. Jarvis is at the wheel.
Tell us how. Tesla driver. No, he's an autopilot. He's got Tesla. You know what I mean? So
listen, I nearly went into the back of a lorry.
Oh shit!
When he was saying that.
No, standard procedure, bro.
Yeah. So Irfan, how did you think?
I mean, to be honest with you, I said to you, I don't know, maybe when we previewed it or whatever, but I said we'd have a game against us. It would be a game. It wouldn't be like Chelsea. These guys were obviously they're a better footballing team than Chelsea this year. Obviously, they wanted revenge of the FA Cup. And I've watched them, and I still watch that Garnacho goal against them. When he's got that beautiful goal from that very tight angle when we beat them. So I watched him, and I've never seen a Fulham team like this one. I can't remember one like this one. So I was glad. I thought this would be a really good test to see what we would like going into the City game. And the way the game started, I mean, they came at us. I mean, they're a fluid team. You got to give it to them. They are very, very fluid. But the thing is, I was angry the way we gave away. That first goal was Sunday League defending. I mean, come on, man. Haaland will score 10 a game if you put that head. If you don't mark that near post, he'll run in and score 10 a game if you defend like that. So I was fuming. And then obviously when you get it was a Maguire back pass that caused the penalty. Yeah, it was his. Am I right? Was it his slack back pass that put Casemiro in it? Yeah, no.
To be honest, I was watching a dodgy stream, so that penalty moment I missed, so I didn't see.
No, I had to rewind it a couple of times. He got a bad pass, and he was exposed, and
as usual,
because they come at you with speed.
Yeah,
it was also fast. So the referee definitely didn't even look twice. Bang! It was just fast.
I didn't see it, but it wouldn't surprise me as usual.
No, it was. I'm pretty sure it was right. And then look, and then the miracle happens. Then like you're thinking. I was like, okay, here we go. So it's 2-0, and I was thinking, I know it's the last game of the season at home, and we're on such good at home. Are we going to get back from 2-0? And then the guy saves it. I'm like, I was like, wow.
He just like, nah, ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. He's like, ain't going to happen. You shall not pass.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't even look. I looked the other way and went, oh my God, he saved it. So I was shocked. But you saw.
Did you see how he kicked the ball into the crowd after he saved it?
That's what I'm saying. But you could hear the fact that, wow, this was a turning point. And the game started for me then. That's when the game really started, because it gave us such a good boost, the supporters, everyone. And then we started getting into the groove, and we attacked them until we got the equalizer with Sancho, and we looked good then. But you got to give it to this team, because even when we came back into it and we scored with Sancho, they're not like overawed by the fact that we've equalized. They're still going to come at us. But then in the second half, we managed to swing it. We managed to get into the groove, and we created a lot more openings than they did. They were still coming at us, but again, we're missing that. We're missing that striker, aren't we? We're not finishing our chances or those little openings that we have. And
I like the slick passes in between the team, Irfan. I like the really slick passes in between. As what you said, we just couldn't finish the dinner.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
just
what I'm
remember.
Saying, we actually, because the way I see Man United sometimes is that if we play a good team, we actually they make us play a little bit better. We started playing a little bit like them. We were starting our one-touch passing, our movement, just to even create openings, some of the fast one-touch bang, and we just, the shot didn't hit the target. But I was like, wow, this is the good sort of 5-a-side, 11-side, if you know what I mean, fast one-touch. So I was quite impressed, and I was enjoying it. If I was in neutral, I was enjoying the game. But then I was thinking, okay, are we going to manage to hold on this? Because I was thought we needed. I mean, it was a beautiful pass by Fred.
Wow.
Beautiful pass, and it was a great finish. But at that point, I was thinking, okay, we deserved it because we were creating clear-cut chances. But once again, they came at us again, and I mean the Weghorst chance when I just like I was like,
what are you doing?
I'm like, how many chances this guy has missed like that? I don't know. I can't even think. He's missed. I mean, you're 6'5", 6'6". Someone squares the ball along for you. You don't even hit the ball. So all right. If you were terrible, I'd say you'd hit the keeper. You wouldn't be able to put it like right, left of the keeper to finish. You'd actually hit it if you were terrible. This guy doesn't even hit the target. He doesn't even make the keeper make a save.
He did a Mudryk there.
I'm like, So then it was a bit hairy the last like 10 minutes or so because they're still
Yeah,
coming
but
out.
that was a shame because he was nicely served up by Palestri in that moment as well.
It was perfect. I mean, I looked at it, I kept rewinding it. I was like, for God's sake, come on,
And
man! I was on Twitter looking
and
at it. It's like,
also Garnacho's, he almost scored on the tight angle as well, but hit the
oh,
crossbar.
that was beautiful. That was beautiful. I mean, look, I looked at that when he hit the bar. I was like, okay, fair enough. It was. I mean, he didn't have his best game, but he looked good. But look, we came with great. I think what we did today is we rode the Old Trafford lucky horse. The lucky horse at Old Trafford. We rode it well today, and it served us saying, "Don't worry, I've got your back. Even if you're losing, I'm going to help you today because I've helped you all year." And it felt like that. But like I said, we did well, but it should have been a 3-1 game. It should not have gone to the stage where this 11 De Gea's making saves in 92 minutes or whatever, or 91, whatever, in extra time. It should have gone to that. So much as I'm happy,
But I don't think they created. I don't think they created that many chances. The game only.
No, they didn't. Yeah, but Nuruddin, like, because what it is that when we're on the front foot,
it was a really poor goal to concede. Near post header. It
was a shockingly bad goal to give away. Especially that earlier. Why? You know, that was our away form. That first goal was our away form. That's what I saw there, right? It was at home. But we did hang in there. And like I said, I do think that De Gea save psychologically changed the game. It did. Yeah. So it was good. It had a good end of game season vibe to it, the game today. So it was good. And I thought, like I said,
the sun was out and shining, and everyone
it was a lovely day today. Like I said,
day.
The passing was slick, the movement was slick in places, but I mean, there were still moments in it where we were a bit dodgy. So I'm thinking to myself, it was good to get the momentum to win, but I'm saying the game's got to be a lot tighter against City. You can't make some of the mistakes you get in Fulham because you get punished by City. So I am happy, but I'm a bit cautious happy today. I am just a bit cautious happy today. Not to come third is massive. I didn't expect us. I said if we do all right, we'll come fifth or fourth. If we do well, I didn't expect us to come third.
I'm just seeing in the chat that last time he saved a penalty, De Gea was 2017.
I was there. Leighton Baines, if I'm not mistaken. Leighton Baines.
Yeah.
I was there. I was actually behind the goal, like where I was today. I was on the East Stand today. So big up Man UFC Realist TV. We were on there. We took the bike journey to Old Trafford.
Yeah, I got to clip that up too.
It was something to behold. Spoke to Webby.
Spoke to Webby.
Yeah, big up Webby, by the way. So great to see him on form. Big up Tom. Tom, I've sent you the link, brother, but my Twitter is acting funny. But big up to everybody. Love and light. I'll say this about the game. I felt more confident today that Manchester United could do it. I felt more confident today because of the way we played, the way the passing, the movement, what was going on. And we didn't look static. Even though we conceded a goal, I thought we dominated the first parts of the game. Obviously, on the break with Maguire, Maguire's Maguire in it. The rest is history, people. But we all know his deficiencies. We all know the groans and moans in the stadium and what happens when he's on the ball. I mean, he's running back to no man's land, and then we give the penalty away.
Can I just say, he didn't have his worst game. It wasn't a great game, but it wasn't his worst game.
His second half, he got better, 100%. That's one of his best performances.
I watched because his positional play was better in the second half, and he put a lot of good headers away. He did. He defended the second half.
But he's always a car crash to happen, isn't it? He's always a car crash.
Yeah, there's always a mistake in him. I agree with you there. Yeah.
Wouldn't you say that you've seen the improvement of the passing is they had more time on practice and drilling now that you're only playing one game a week?
Yeah, a little bit of the fluidity. Yeah, a little bit of the fluidity. But it is what it is, people. It was a little bit of the fluidity I did see.
Today,
I think it's down to them, though. I think it's down to Fulham. Like they're not a low block team. They're coming at you, and they give us opportunity to play this open passing move. That's what I mean. They gave us the opportunity. I'd like to see us do that against a team that stands still and with a low block. What can you do against this team? Like the great teams do. That was what I was saying. So I don't want us to get too giddy, but that's what I just felt watching it. They made us play that way.
Yo, big up Nadeem, by the way, my brother Nadeem. Big up. We played 61 games this season. Man City played 59. Wow. Arsenal played 49. Newcastle played 46. On a thin squad, coming third is amazing. Yeah. We have to put it into context, but I don't know. Maybe it was the sunshine. I came out of that stadium bouncing because I didn't think we would win today. But then I predicted it, didn't I? On Mick Ruby.
Yeah, but you didn't predict a loss, did you? You didn't say we're going to lose, though, did you?
No, I said it'd be a draw, but I said 2-1. So when I was approaching Old Trafford, I was just like, you know what, we're gonna win 2-1 today.
I just caught you on the fan cam speaking to Adam, so a little bit, just so you were buzzing, mate.
Yeah, I was because you know why? I saw movement, I saw passing, I saw rhythm, I saw interchanging of positions.
Yep.
I saw people
You know what?
chances.
That's what I seen. You know, today. Honestly, I know people keep saying that when Dave saved, and for me, from the get go, I was really impressed with the entire game. And I know Eric Ten Hag wasn't impressed with the entire game. You know, but my feeling today on this game, is pretty much like structure. I was really, really impressed and happy with the rhythm of the game. We turned the screw up and we were able to maintain that consistently in terms of canvassing them, pressuring them, constantly pecking at them. I didn't see them offering too much. That goal for me is totally against the run of play from nowhere. But usually against Fulham, I'm thinking, okay, you know, we've played these now, we know what it's about. Today, I thought, no, the way we're playing, we're coming back and we're winning this game. And I thought that was from like kickoff. We were, to me, very, very impressive from what I saw. So I know there seems to be two narratives, but just want to make that clear. I was today the
Yeah,
rhythm, the
there was a bit more
tempo.
fluidity. There was a
And
bit more
I
fluidity.
wasn't out in the sun. I was watching it at home.
No, I
So
was out in the sun. I was out in the
I
you know what I
sun.
had
mean,
a
so I
3-1.
see the same thing as you. To me, I thought today was a really good performance.
I thought
To
it
be honest,
was.
Yeah, big
I
up.
had a
Listen,
3-1. I had a 3-1 prediction, like, you know, and
Yeah.
even in my thumbnail I had 3-1 because I thought we were going to score 3-1, and I forgot to take it off. But it became 2-1 anyway.
Yeah, but Mickey, it should have been 3-1.
It
It
should have
should have
been,
been
yeah.
3-1. That should have been the final score. The amount of chances that we sort of missed, really. It should have been 3-1 would have been a reasonable result in that game. 2-1 is just okay.
But it was a good game. It was a
good
fucking
game.
good
Like I
game.
said, it was a good game for a neutral to watch. It was. It was. It didn't bore you at all. There was no moments where it just died. It was end to end most of the time.
Now I was expecting a little bit of a Serie A, like a walking style football end of the
And
season.
you know what? Tell you the truth, I'm really glad that Palestri got a game. I'm really glad he got a little moment. And look and see what he does, the way he can run with the ball. I mean, look, you need to stretch teams. And I just wish he'd got more game time in the last part of the season. I wish he had, like little cameos like Garnacho gets. Occasionally give this guy a chance because he did. I think he did well again,
I know we were sitting here yesterday and discussing, like, will he rotate? Will he go strong? Oh, I said, like, he will mix it up, and he did. But it was a smart substitution at the end of the day. What he did, like, with Ericsson coming on, McTominay coming on, Palestra coming on, who else? That's good.
in hindsight, it's actually a lot of us said no, rest the team, play the second string and that. But if you ask me that question again now that we have a week to rest,
Listen, hold that thought there, Bumbaye. I'm gonna welcome in Tom. Tom, how did you see that game? And I'll come back to you. So hold that thought. We're gonna come up to next week. Tom, talk to me. How did you see the game today? How you doing? How was it? Was it sunny in lovely Sheffield? Those 7 Hills, were they sunny?
It's been sunny. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, talk to me.
Yeah, look. At the end of the day, it was a weird game, really, because I think, like a lot of people have already said, like, it was a game where you didn't really expect much. Like, obviously you want to win, but if you didn't win, it didn't count for anything, really. And at the end of the day, I think we got probably double for his money for a lot of people anyway. That's just what I see in terms of we got the performance, but we also got the result. And I think most importantly, the result and to keep the momentum and the run going to when we play City at Wembley, and especially from when we played Chelsea, the spaces and the gaps, I didn't think anyway, were as big as they were against Chelsea. So I think defensively they had brushed up in that regard. But even as a whole, like, I look at, if you want to take individual performances, Rashford, the way like he was dragging the line as well. I hate it. He wasn't the most influential on the ball, but he's not an on-the-ball player unless he's running at people. So regardless of that, stretching the line from the front, I thought it was utilised well, and it was more of a game that suited him than Martial, really. Also, you was able to rest some of the players, if not all of them, for not well. You took a lot of the players off in sort of key minutes and counteracts of a game. For example, Casemiro's 60th minute and things like that. But even in hindsight, like I just look at the whole game. I think we rested players, we kept the momentum going. We obviously, like you say, we secured third, which it's not where we want to be, but for what we've had to endure this season with the squads, some of the fixtures that this team when they've down tools in certain games, like for I think if you like, well, we can call it for what it is, a roller coaster of a season. Then I don't honestly think it's been bad. You have the opportunity to win 2 trophies. Carabao Cup's already in the bag. We've got FA Cup as well. So yeah, I mean, performances like the lads have already said. Pelestri coming off the bench, having a bit of a cameo, like driving at people, and he completely did the centre half. I think it was Diop on the half turn at the halfway line, and bang, he was off. And even the instinct to play the right pass as well. And a lot of young players in that sort of position that had panicked and they'd probably blasted the ball to the corner flag or something like that, and they'd have overweighted it. But no, that like, and we've said it before about players like Pelestri, the sense of gravity as they run and drive with the ball, brilliant. But overall, I think performance-wise, it was brilliant. And love it or hate it, like we can say for what it is with certain players, Maguire, you can, I don't know, call it his testimonial, whatever you want to call it today. David De Gea maybe gave one last highlight as a goalkeeper, saving the penalty. But at the end of the day, I just think overall, the manager, I think as a whole, I think he deserves probably a lot of the respect from the United fans because he's took this team from the grounds of those first 2 games where people were thinking, where the hell are we going to win any games? And suddenly he might have 2 trophies at the end of the season, 3rd place, confirmation. And at the end of the day, love it or hate it, he has improved a lot of these, if we want to call it average players that a lot of us was calling out at the end of last season. Like, he has improved the majority of them. And the odd few that he hasn't, well, I think we know who they are anyway and who will probably be going in the summer. But at the end of the day, builds the momentum to go to Wembley with. And, we can love it or hate it. We can pick out, certain parts of the game and, Garnacho hitting the bar, Sancho driving at people, scoring the goal. Like, we can pick out individual moments. It was a game that didn't mean anything, but it meant a lot in terms of the team and the unity to go to Wembley, knowing that, well, we left the season on a high. We got the highest position that we could. And now we have to obviously go up against the best team that's in the league and potentially in Europe to then not just, if you like, fight for this club's legacy, but fight for, if you like, their future legacy. A cup double in a season where you lost 7-0 to Liverpool, like things like that. Where it's not a nice highlight to remember. I don't think it's going to be on anybody's highlight list or calendars, but at the end of the day, it puts the doubts to rest, really. And you said that, Norwegian, anyway, when we played Liverpool on that Monday show afterwards. Right, these players, they need to prove something. And for the majority of the rest of the season, they have proved something. They've shown initiative, they've worked together as a team. And yeah, we've had mistakes, blips, individual moments. But at the end of the day, the team's got over the line. We've got the top 4. And love it or hate it, we've got to go sit now and we've got to take it to them. But like you say, Fulham as well. For just as the last one, just on Fulham, as a team and everything, I like teams like Fulham because they don't come up to this league and suddenly revert to type and think 10 men behind the ball. Like, let's just not concede. No, they're prepared to take on the big teams, even if they lose a game. I love teams like Fulham, Bournemouth. Like, they would rather lose the game than draw it. That's how just trying to chase the win. That's how some of these sort of teams work. And Marco Silva, with the work he's done with a lot of those players, like Mitrovic was a write-off at Newcastle like 4 or 5 years ago. You've had it with Willian, like Arsenal, they couldn't hit Barnyard door, and you know where I'm getting at in terms of some of the players and stuff. And we can handicap and pick certain players that are brilliant in that Fulham team, but as a squad and as a team, they've had a brilliant season, you've got to say as well, just as much as Manchester United have. So at the end of the day, we got what we deserve. We got what we deserve. The 3 points, complete the league campaign, top 4 secured, and yeah, let's go on to City.
Mute.
100%. Big up, Tom. Sean, you've joined us. Let me give you some stats. Man. Big up, Sean. Big up, Bombay.
guys.
Yeah, listen, enjoy the hike. Bombay, I'll let you say your word before I bring Sean in, so just 2 seconds. Eric Ten Hag, let me just get this. Let me just get the stats, the vital statistics up, okay? Some people are saying Jose's football murdered me, mate. Jose's football absolutely made me bold, made me go dark alleys.
Respect.
Right? Ready?
Football heritage.
Ten Hag's first season in
Love Jose.
finished third, most clean sheets, the third fewest goals conceded, all Big C6 teams beaten, one home defeat, top 4 goal achieved.
16 goals conceded at home. I think it is.
FA Cup
9.
final achieved. Most successful debut season for a new manager in the history of Manchester United.
You know what? I'm gonna sign off because I need to be up in 5 hours. Yeah, I'm going on a mad hike. So let me give you my closing comments since it's the end of the season.
Hang on, before you tell us, Bobby, where are you going for the hike? Where are you going?
We're going up to the peaks.
Which part of peaks are you doing?
I don't know. We're just going up to the peaks. Whoever's driving will just take us there. I'm just packing my bag and getting ready to go.
Okay, it's going to be good tomorrow. It's going to be packed though tomorrow. I'll tell you that. Packed.
That's why we're gonna get leaving here at 6 a.m., bro. Hopefully.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right. You'll be with the proper hikers at that time in the morning.
Yeah, should be back by about 9 or 10. Anyway, I'd say listen, if the season stands as it is now, and I'm grading the manager, I'd give him a B. The only reason I'd give him a B at the moment, if we that's on the basis that the FA Cup is lost. He's achieved the objectives, he's improved players, but in terms of the actual play of Man United, there needs to be a consistency and an improvement. And then again, that is a little bit skewed because there are certain key areas like a striker that if we had, perhaps that would have made a difference. If he wins the FA Cup, I give him an A because that would be mammoth. And he can get another A and an A star next season. What I'm looking for next season from this manager is to really improve and take this style of play to become more fluid and more consistent. These are the key words that we've been missing this year. Consistency is still a problem, and the fluidity of the football, and obviously the finishing. The final, the sharpness of our game needs to improve, and hopefully that will come next season and when you have a striker. But ultimately, I think this has been a perfect signing for us as a manager. With what we've got and what we've achieved is beyond my expectations. We spoke structure, me and you. We were looking at a top 6 finish. I thought top 4 would be a real struggle. But we got the trophy. We may have another one, and we've got third, and we've done it with deficiencies. So brilliant for the team. My play, I'm a bit conflicted. I'll leave you with my player of the season. I'm leaning a little bit towards Luke Shaw, to be honest with you. It's between him and Casemiro for me, but it's really difficult because you got 30 goals, Marcus Rashford as well. Martinez for me has been excellent. And I know some people are going to go that way, but for me, the conversation is.
You cut out. You say that bit again. You cut out for a minute.
Player of the season for me, man. I'm going a little bit towards Luke Shaw, to be honest with you. It's between him and Casemiro. Obviously, honourable mentions to Martinez and most certainly Marcus Rashford, but these are the two for me that I'm looking at. And I think David De Gea has been magnificent this year, man. And you know what? I want him to stay and be our keeper next year, to be honest. And that's it for me, boys.
Big up. Listen, enjoy the hike. Enjoy the hike, man. Big up.
Big up. Nice one, boys.
Yeah, big up. Big up.
Tomorrow,
give me a call when you get back. Okay? Love.
Yeah, man. Are you doing a preview for the FA Cup thing?
Yeah. We're gonna do that on Thursday.
Okay, fine. I'm still about then on Thursday because I'm heading out for a month. So okay.
Yeah. No, but I'm gonna track you down. Don't worry. Don't you worry.
All right, fine. Exclusively tied to you, man, for 100 years. We know that.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, big up Mumbai. He's happy as
Good evening, man.
Listen, I want to say congratulations to Rico 63. He's an Everton fan, but he's a regular United Real Therapy. contributor. Big up to him. Is at Everton. We have stayed up. No more relegation battles. Plus, listen, I was thinking about you. I was thinking about some of the people that I went to university, because I went to university in Liverpool. I was thinking about Sheila, Irfan knows, my neighbour Sheila. I was thinking about my friend Dan, who was at box office, who actually left home recently. Where I used to work, the place where I used to work used to be called Home, before you get it twisted. And little Dan, so I was thinking about Rico. I was thinking about all the Everton fans I knew at halftime. I checked the scores, because we've got internet now, Old Trafford people. We've got internet. I checked the scores, and basically what happened then, I was like, they're down. They're getting relegated. But then absolute Decore, what a fantastic goal from them. What a goal to secure top flight status of Everton. Decore. Sean, this is Man United channel. We're giving a love to Rico 1663, because he's a contributor to this channel. But
it would have been sad. Yeah, it would have been sad for Everton to go down.
Leeds are falling apart again. No, mate. The hooligans came last season, started punching random people in Manchester City Centre up. They started punching people in the streets. I'm not having them. Tata Leeds. Go ahead, Sean. How did you see that game? First of all, you saw the lineup. I know you were spitting kittens. Literally.
Yeah,
kittens.
no. I when I saw the lineup, and then also when Mitrovic got that penalty, I was so pissed, because I was like, what the fuck? Ten Hag is about to destroy whatever chance we have of winning this FA Cup final. We're about to go 2-0 down. This game is about to go from an insignificant game to a disaster. What the hell is going on? But I guess, like, the manager, I think we also said, like, that we wouldn't be surprised to see the first team start. And Ten Hag was, in his interview, was talking about how the young players haven't earned their starting spots, which I guess, I like his attitude. I like the way he speaks. I actually kind of agree with that, like, philosophy or principle. But I think he took a risk. We could easily have lost this game today. It could have gone another way if not for De Gea. De Gea saved the penalty for the first time I think I remember ever seeing De Gea save a penalty. So that came clutch. But I think overall it became a comfortable game after that. Like, when we equalized, we're always going to score two. I think we could have scored three or four. And I like the energy and the spirit that we're going to the final with. I think Ten Hag took a gamble, and the gamble this time worked in his favor. But we have a final to look forward to, and I think some of the signs that I saw in this game were not particularly great, because Casemiro, Bruno didn't look super on it today. I think Sanchez is going to start in the final. He didn't look super on it today. Rashford as well didn't look like he was on it today as well. So I don't know. But yeah, no, I mean, I think, like I said during the preview, Ten Hag, I think, achieved the bare minimum for me by qualifying for top four. I expected nothing less. I think he showed his class a lot of the times during the season with his decision making in some games, with the way he handled Maguire, the way he handled Wan-Bissaka and Delors, the way he brought Shaw out of, like, left back position when Shaw needed to be benched and played Malasha for a while there, the way he moved Shaw into centre back position, the way he handled Ronaldo. But in some other instances, like the way he kept playing the same team over and over again, the way he kept attacking against Liverpool and against City, even though we needed to, like, close up shop and kind of, like, take what we could get from the game. The way he has been naive sometimes in his management or his decision making. There's a give and take. I think I'll grade him, 'cause I heard you guys grading. I'll give Ten Hag a B as well, but maybe like a B minus, because I think we could have we did not need to lose as many away matches as we did this season. I think the 7-0 from Liverpool and City 6-3 are scars on United's history that I don't think Ten Hag needed to earn in his first season. So I'll give him a B minus. If we win the FA Cup, if we win it, yeah, that's an A. Because that's an overachievement. That's a perfect season almost. So there's that. Player of the season for me, Martinez. Um, I think he's exactly what we've been looking for a long time. I think he's one of the best defender center backs in the world, not just in Manchester United. I think he's one of the best in the entire freaking world right now. I think he's one of 3 world-class players that we have in the team, currently, in addition to Casemiro and Shaw. Um, but I think Martinez for me has to be he makes I think Casemiro would be a shout as well, but I think unlike Martinez, Casemiro I think had a few stretches where he was poor. Like there were periods of time, long periods of time where Casemiro was below par and he didn't look too good. So for that reason, and I think Shaw had the same experience as well. There were periods of time where Shaw was like below average. Shaw needed to be dropped as well. But I think Martinez throughout the season he's been consistent. Like not only is he a great defender, like
Level,
like
levels.
levels is like he's a great defender, he's a great leader in the team, but then just the sprinkling of stardust, like he can pass, like he can break the lines, like with his passing. He can hit long range crossfield passes, switch the ball from one side to another. You don't get that for I think 50 million or so that we paid for him. You don't that was a bargain. However much we got this Martinez for, that was a bargain. I think he's one of the best defenders in the world, and he's
100%.
definitely like the
Sean,
player of our season. Yeah.
honestly, if he's not your player of the season, then I don't know who it is. Sure, I'm afraid. Sure, have to sit out and learn how to play the Ten Hag way.
Yeah.
For me, Martinez from second game, third game, I was just superbly. For me, it's Martinez, Bruno, Casemiro, and Rashford on par because Rashford scored 30 goals. So it's weird, but to me, that's how it was. And Casemiro wasn't consistent. Bruno, majority of the season, has been consistent. He's creating more chances than most. But big up Windy. Windy says Palestri, Ahmad need to go on loan. They will not get enough time to develop next season sitting on a bench. I think Palestri definitely, but I do definitely need Ahmad back. I really think because, we already know that Anthony gets a lot of injuries. I'm going to show you something, right? So today, I was sat in the East Stand, lower tier, and right directly behind me is Anthony's box. A little girl and her mum was sat about 5-6 people away from me on my left. She wrote him, bless her, she wrote him she's studying Portuguese in school. She wrote him a letter in Portuguese and a little necklace she wanted to give to him. His brother picked her up, got her over to the box, and her mum's phone, because it was hot in the sun, she was looking at her phone won't go on properly. So guess what? With my phone, Anthony's brother had my phone and was taking the photos with the little girl.
Nice.
With a little girl, yeah. So it shows you there. And then I had to send it to her mum, get her number and send it to her mum, Rachel. But that she made
Did they get Anthony's number? No?
No. So basically, he signed,
get some inside
signed the
scoops.
shirt for her. He gave her a new shirt and signed the Brazilian shirt she was wearing. He signed that for her. And I asked him, I said, any chance? Somebody was there and I said, can you ask him, is there any chance he's playing? I said, I've got a bet on him for being man of the match against Man City. He started laughing. He's on crutches. He's on the boot. And you know what? I don't like bother people. I was focused on the game, to be fair. But he left about 10 minutes before the end. But yeah, he signed a lot of generous. So we got a big up Anthony for that. Really generous.
Yeah,
so that's why I want Ahmad to come back because he's had a couple of injuries this season. So I don't want Ahmad to come back. Guys, I'm not going to lie to you. You can't look back Leacher for me as being man of the season. As a match-going fan, genuinely, he's giving me that belief and confidence that I've not had in a long, long time. When you go on his ball-playing ability, he's one of the best. To me, he's the best passer of a ball in the world as a centre-half. The best deep-lying playmaker in the world. I say it with my chest because I saw it. I saw enough of it. I saw enough of him dictating that play, punching that ball into people. So, for me, he's a massive miss and huge miss. And for me, part of the season, that's why I started to become negative. Genuinely, if you guys know me, some of the comments, 2 guys got to me on Twitter and said, when he got injured and when Garnacho got injured, my season already dropped because those 2 give me life in that stadium. They give me life. So for me, that's what it was. Mick, I'm going to go to you. Who was your player of the season?
We had a podcast before. It's tight, very tight, because you got to look at the donut hole. I call it the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer donut hole, which we had McFred So basically, we haven't replaced Carrick for a long time until we got Casemiro. And that kind of changed our midfield and the way we play. But you also have to look at the back line with Martinez and Varane, that spine, that Bermuda Triangle. There's so many good players, but consistently I would say it's Casemiro, according to my opinion. But then you have to look at Rashford scored 30 goals. Yeah, but I go with Casemiro, 100%. Casemiro. You're on mute, brother.
Yeah.
Jarvis, who you going for?
Yeah, it's tight. We have had a long season. We have played so many games, and you know, for us to remember all of those and all of those moments and all of those times we lost 7-0, we lost 6-3, and you know, it's been a roller coaster all year, all season. So, but for me, I think I agree with Mick. Casemiro, he has come into the group. He's been a leader. I remember before the penalty shootout when Ten Hag was picking his guys, first one who volunteered was Casemiro. He's like a leader. He leads with example. And now at the end of the season, he has on his own dragged us over the line. With it looks we looked lost just 3 to 4 games ago, and then Casemiro stepped up. So for me, based on everything, you know, but if Licha has been injury free all season and played all season, it will probably be him. But my player of the season is Casemiro.
Irfan?
It's a really, really tough question. This I've been thinking about this, you know, while you've been chatting away, and you know, Rashford's got a very good case to be player this season. Lika, like you said, you know, he's my favorite player too. You know, it's bad for us. I mean, it's amazing how we managed without the guy, but the guy is you know, to me, you start the team with this guy in terms of attitude and skill, you know, and temperament. Martinez is the guy.
Yeah.
And then, but you know, when I think of who's had the biggest effects on the team,
Impact.
I actually think it's Casemiro. I think it's Casemiro because on that run we went on, well, we looked very good and we got to third and we were holding third for a long time before we started slipping out of the way, you know, in the away games. He was the one doing the business. And it was those little sendings off that sort of messed it up for him. But I would like to say it's Martinez, but if I think about, and the reason I'm not going for Rashford because I expected this from Rashford before, but no, that's a bit harsh on him. He has still got levels to go. Although it's been an incredible season by him, because without his 30 goals, we're nothing. We're done. You know, he could tie for mine, but when I watched him, I've watched pretty much nearly every game this season. I'm thinking it's probably Casemiro just by a few millimeters over Rashford, I'd say. You know, Martinez he doesn't get there because although Martinez is, like I said, on technical levels and everything else, he is you know, he is like Nuruddin says, he's just such a special player. I just think that when you think of who has actually had the most effect on the team, and I think psychologically it's Casemiro. He's the one that's had the most effect on the team. If you think, because you know, you got a 5-time Champions League winner in there, and no matter what the players in the team do, you look at a guy like that and how he's playing. That's just how it works. It's just how it works.
That frame is, I think, very important at everything. Like the frame of impact, because with Martinez, you can play Luke Shaw there and we can survive. You can play Lindelof there and we can survive. But without Casemiro in the team, we look completely lost.
100%. We've been waiting for this guy for 3 years, 4 years. People have been messing about.
And this is Nuruddin. Can I just say? And this is the guy who pisses me off because his passing needs to be better. He can't just give the ball away like he's doing. It's almost a little bit of Fred disease hit to him when he just starts giving the ball away. But when he reads the game like he does and has an A game, and in fact he's been scoring for us, it's like you got to give it to this guy. You really got to give it to this guy because in terms of attitude, you got Martinez and him. Them two have got the best two attitudes in the team, in my opinion, in terms of psychology of pushing that onto other players. I think it's those two that are the strength in the team, mental strength in the team.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Tom.
Well, let's put it this way. There is obviously a top three, isn't there? Casemiro, Martinez, and Rashford. Like, I think anybody who doesn't at least select one of those three, I think, is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But overall, like the one thing I always say about our team is we never had, how can I say it? We never had many South American players. And people will say South American players and Man United, they don't normally go hand in hand. And yes, there is the odd few that you can pick and name. But we brought in a lot in the summer. We brought in three. Martinez was one of them, obviously, Anthony and Casemiro. And for me, when I look at the team, Casemiro out of Manchester United, I think we completely struggle. I don't see the link from defence to attack. I don't see the outball that he gives and the area that he picks up the ball in. And I also don't feel as secure, even if you have Martinez and Varane there. I don't feel secure if you don't have Casemiro in front of them, because that added protection, and he's happy to sit back and drop as a third centre back or cover in a full back position for Luke Shaw or whoever to go forward. Like, he's happy to do that. He compensates for the team and he benefits the team better. But Martinez, for me, you've got to say it for what it is. He is one of the mainstays, and if you could have probably one person who you'd want to go into the trenches with, it'd be one of those two I've just mentioned. Like the balls, the grit, the determination. We've not had players like that at Man United for a long, long time. And look, Leacher came in, before, and obviously we couldn't preempt it, but we have got a World Cup winner on our team. We've got two World Cup winners at centre halves. Love it. Say it for what it is. You have a 5-time Champions League winner as your central defensive midfielder. Manchester United, this used to be the norm. You used to have these kind of players around as your furniture. But for me, I think when you take Martinez out of the team, as we have done in the recent weeks, we haven't been brilliant, but we've survived and we've got by. Whereas whenever Casemiro's getting suspended for a game, 2 or 3 matches, like we were all sitting there having PTSD thinking, what the hell are we going to do? Like, really, like you saw at that and I guess one of the last points I want to make is you saw at that Crystal Palace game where there was this myth that we were in a title race. As soon as Casemiro got that yellow card at Selhurst Park, Ten Hag's face was a spitting image. Turned straight to the coaching staff as if to say, right, what we're doing at Arsenal, lads. what we're doing. And at the end of the day, I just believe Casemiro out of this team, influential wise, is a bigger risk to us than Martinez being out of this team. But at the end of the day, either or of them, I don't think you can disagree. And Rashford's in the conversation because of the contribution of the goals. But love it or hate it, you have a player in every single, I guess, category of the field now that you can, if you like, build the team or build that area of the squad around. Midfield, you have to build it around Casemiro. Defence, you have to build it around Martinez. The attack, you have to build it around Marcus Rashford. You have to build it across those 3 players because they're the main 3, if you like, that when you've needed to rely upon a player, they've stood up. When you need a goal, Rashford gives you the goal. When you need somebody who's going to stick a tackle in, put a bit of momentum, put a bit of fight back into the game, brilliant. Martinez bodies somebody into the stand. Brilliant. You want somebody who's going to be a bit desirable, keep a calm head on the ball, play the simple pass that maybe some people think stupid. Casemiro, by all means, do it. So we have a player in each of the positions, but for me, player of the season, Casemiro, he's there.
My problem with Casemiro is that, like, I think how many years do we have left with Casemiro?
Oh,
Martinez.
No, forget this about years, Sean. Behave.
Tom, finish. Go on.
To be fair, Tom, you are correct. And I agree with Irfan when he brought it up. That frame, I think, is very important. Like, in terms of impact to the team, like, who can the team survive without? Yeah, no, without a doubt, Casemiro is a much bigger, like, part of the way the team works than Martinez. But I think we saw this season, that even when Casemiro was around, he was a weak link sometimes, like during some of our games, because I think you could see sometimes his legs, are not there. Maybe it's the fault of the fact that we play Eriksen and Bruno in the midfield with him as well, and he has to do the work of 3 people. Fine, But that's, I think, what's expected of whoever plays in that role for United. And we still have Rashford for, I think, the next 5 years. At least 5 peak years of good football. I would say the same of Martinez. But I think with Casemiro, we have to start thinking about who we're going to bring in, to help him next season, whether it's Caicedo, or whoever else that we get linked with them in the summer. But somebody has to come and understudy Casemiro. Because I think there are times where he does have like that Fred streak, like where he just he starts acting crazy, starts giving away the ball, diving into tackles, playing like sometimes he gets that way. Whether or not we want to admit it, there's a reason why Real Madrid moved him on. He's at a point in his career where I think he's at the peak of his powers. We get to benefit from all the years of experience that he has and all of that. But at the same time, we have to be conscious of the fact that we only have him, I think personally, for maybe about like 2 more seasons of top flight football. From next season, we have to start thinking about who's going to come in and replace him, whereas
Sean,
Martinez and Rashford.
No, Sean, we need to replace him now. We need somebody
Okay,
in.
yeah.
Listen, big up everybody.
Don't
Let us
replace
know who's your
players,
player of the season. Who's your player of the season? Please let us know quickly before we end this. Listen, today I felt nice. I'm not going to lie to you. I've reflected on everything. It's only because Manchester United have been playing drag football recently, where we couldn't score, where there was no flow. That flow. There was no flow whatsoever. But today there was flow. There was flow today. We saw it. And I'm always happy when Manchester United win, but it was in the sun as well. I think the sun got to my head.
Fred had a good day today.
Listen, I bounced out of that stadium. I think that Bruno finish as well. Brilliant chip, brilliant confidence. But listen, we can get murdered next week. The whole world, nobody's whatsoever. The game could be out of sight in 20 minutes, people. 20 minutes. It could be 4-0.
That game is giving me anxiety. Just every time I think about it, I get like a rush. Like my heart like starts to beat like quickly.
I'm telling you, it is what it is. But you know what? We're going to hold back in terms of giving what score. We gave a score last night on Ten Hag, but we'll do it then after that, and then we'll do the proper season review, because I didn't want to do it now. I want to do it when the season's done. Manchester United are away on holiday. I want to look at everything, and really maybe even for me to look at stats and try to get more involved, to get some more insight into who we think has been the better, what the players, what the managers have to cope with, where we see next minute. But one thing I will say, and I'll go around Jarvis and everybody, right? All of this means Jack called to me, Zilt called to me, because next season Manchester United need 4 class players or 4 potential world-class high-ceiling players to go into that first team. All of this has been for nothing. All of this has been done for nothing. Do Manchester United back the manager? And again, today the news is breaking in the UK that he's still like, what the hell is going on? And we're still getting the same Jim Radcliffe now, still favourite from Sky. We're getting this and getting that. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. But your closing comment, Jarvis, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Are you the same as me? To me, you either sack the manager or you back him, because we can't have it in between. You can't half-heartedly back him. You can't. To me, Eric, I'll be happy for Eric Ten Hag if the Glazers are here next season for him to walk from this club. If they don't back him, I need him to walk. Because I've been here. I've got too much PTSD. I've been here for every manager, whether I personally like them or not.
We know how the Glazers work. If they stay, they won't back Ten Hag, because we have qualified for the Champions League. So if they stay, we won't get anything. That's just the way it is. It's been like this. It's a never-ending cycle. So, but I have a good hunch that we will get new owners. So maybe this year will be different. But yeah, they need to back Ten Hag this summer. He needs to get his player. As I said yesterday, we need maybe 7 to 8 players, but let's think realistically, 4, hopefully 5 players, and at least 3 to 4 of them needs to strengthen the first 11. It depends if you're lucky, but it's hard with the transfer market at the moment. It's very inflated. Chelsea and City and all the other clubs are like pouring in money. So the transfer budget on 200 million, how far will it get us? Can it give us 5 players, world-class players? Maybe, maybe not. But I just want to go back to the game today a little bit because the result it colors our mind. And yes, we won the game, and everybody's happy, and they saw a fluent style and all that. I think differently because Mick calls me a pessimist, and I think I'm a realist. But
even worse than me, Jarvis.
nah, I don't know. But the game today was way too open in my mind. It was shifting from one side to the other side, to the one side to the other side, and I don't think that's a good way to play football. You expose us yourself all the time, and we did that today. We gave Fulham plenty of chances to score goals. The XP was 1.88 on Old Trafford for Fulham. They created 10 chances, 10 shots, and that's pretty much that's way too many. I would rather see us create 10 chances and they create one than us create 21 and they create 10. So the game was too open in my mind. And I think Ten Hag needs to take a look at that and find out how to close it down, how to control the game better with the ball. Don't give it away too often. When we go forward today in the second half, when we was going forward, Fred was higher up than Bruno, and Casemiro was on the same height as Bruno, and the wingers was all the way up on the offside line, and we had no balance when we lost the ball.
Now, 100%. But
We have to work on that, and if we do that against City, we will lose 5-0 again.
100%. But there was a mark of improvement. They had 10 shots. Then of Chelsea. Chelsea opened us up again and again and again and again. So I understand. For me, I didn't think we were going to win the game. I thought they were going to come and fight. And they were going to come and fight and put us under pressure. And I thought some of the players will have an eye on the cup next week, and that they weren't going to jump out of challenges and stuff like that. And I thought we were going to get beat. I've been to too many games in the last couple of years where we got beat in the last game of the season. So I told you I was thinking 1-1. I didn't see Manchester United win until you pressed me, Mick, before I went into the stadium. So closing statements from you, brother.
For me, I mean, if you look at the season in general, I'm super gassed, super happy, to be honest. The game, yes, today was a testament of what to come as well, because it's cup final at the end of the day, is what I said. Form goes out the window. Derby, we're playing away, Wembley. Nobody has the advantage. It will be a tight game, so I think we need to close down that midfield at least. Control. I maybe play a Fred on man marking like De Bruyne as he used to do before. Just shut down that midfield and control the ball better. Be more disciplined. Play by Erik Ten Hag's rules and principles. And then we go in the transfer market. Strengthen. And of course, you can strengthen in the 200, 250 by looking at players that are being relegated. You can bring in for free as well. There's a lot of players you can bring in for free as well as squad players, as debt. You know what I mean? But we definitely need a striker, 2 strikers, according to my opinion. Harry Kane or whatever, and a younger striker like a Højlund or something like that. The Danish young kid, right? That'd be perfect. Looking at the Casemiro number 2 rotational player and a ball carrying number 8 as well. Because Eriksen, I just fear that he's going to run out of gas, and it's going to be another Juan Mata with technical abilities but no engine. So yeah, 100%. The defense is good. Kim Min-jae coming in, that's going to be amazing if he comes in. That's going to be basically Lisha on the reverse on the right side. So yeah, I'm excited about the transfer market. Let's see. Bars up higher now.
I hear Newcastle are in for Kim Min-jae as well. We're gonna have to compete with Newcastle now in the market for.
But then it comes down to what the player wants as well. You can throw money, but you got to ask the player. Do you want to play for Newcastle, or do you want to play for the biggest club in the world, almost Manchester United?
Yeah, I think like for someone like Kimiji or anybody like that, I think the question would be at Newcastle, they're probably a guaranteed starter, whereas at United, they might sit on the bench for a while. Kimiji is supposed to be there in case Varane gets injured.
Yeah.
But whereas at Newcastle, he might walk straight into the starting 11.
But then
Um,
we do need rotation because we know that Varane is not.
sure.
It's kind of injury prone as well, so we need a little bit of rotation. It's good. We cannot play what we played this season with Eric Ten Hag, like not doing proper rotation. If you look at it, if you looked at his bench, he didn't have much to choose from. So yeah, hopefully we'll
No,
strengthen.
I happen to think we need five signings.
Five
Three
signings,
people
yeah.
that three people that work straight into the first 11, two people for the bench, and then we can sign one of the wonder
Yeah,
kids for this year, whoever it is that's 17 or
yeah.
16 or so that's tearing
You,
shit up. Let's go
you're
sign somebody and just throw them in our academy, from like some Brazilian club. Let's get
yeah.
ourselves like the new Vinicius or whoever, from Brazil and sign them there. The City game, I think, like I was saying, I have stress anxiety when I think about it. I feel like we would either win or lose like crazily because like Jarvis was saying, our team is so open. Like we're like we attack and then you attack, and that's fine against Fulham. It's fine against Chelsea. But if you do that against Man City, like if De Bruyne gets a chance, he's scoring. If Haaland gets a chance, he's scoring.
We'll
And by the time
see.
you concede one, two, there's no coming back from that.
Look, at the end of
So
the day,
yeah,
I want us to win, but at the end of the day, we come to the final. I'm happy. You know what I mean? We already won a
no,
trophy. It's a bonus, right? And with
no,
the
Mickey.
underdog, so I just like yeah. Realistically
No,
speaking,
no,
looking at
Mickey.
City how they play, but no, I still
We
have a little bit of
we
belief.
either we don't show up or we win that final. There's no like it would be a disaster if we're not ready to play. If the players decide that they can't do it, they're scared, they're chicken, just don't come. Just don't show up like on the final. Don't play. Just like we would forgive you. City is such a great team. Forfeit the match. But if you show up that day to play, you have to leave everything on the pitch. Like we have to win that game. Like for
Hmm.
what it's worth, because everybody's going to be watching. The treble is on the line. Like Inter Milan definitely can do it. So Rooney came out, really had some good advice. I think decent advice for Ten Hag. Play a 4-4-2. Play Rashford and Marshall up front. Choke the midfield. I think he's talking from experience. But
But
there were games where Sir Alex would play Tevez in the midfield, Jason Park, Scholes and Fletcher all in one midfield or something like that. Like just to choke out the game. So do that.
I
In the
think
summer, I think Ten Hag is going to be. I think Nuri was saying half back. I think he's going to be half backed. I don't think Ten Hag is going to walk away from his job. I don't see that happening.
no,
But I think he's going to be back the same way he was back this last summer.
yeah.
So maybe if we're lucky, we get your main signing. The whoever the young equivalent is. Let's learn from our mistakes last summer and let's sign that person early. Let's get our Anthony, the same version of Anthony, whoever it is, because I know they're going to be two major signings that we do in the summer. One of them is likely to be a striker, and another one is likely to be a midfielder. So
Hmm.
whoever that striker is, let's go get him. I see in the comments people are talking about different people. I don't want to pay 100 million for Kane. That's what it's
No,
looking like.
too
That the
much.
word is that's way too much. So let's get a striker. Let's get another midfielder. Let's get a defender or
I think
something.
it's the last game of the season, and it's gonna be war. I mean, if this one game they're gonna be switched on is this game, right? Anything can happen, according to my opinion. It's FA Cup final. Come on, man.
No, man,
Have
but it's City. It's Man
Listen,
City,
it's
and
they're
somebody,
it's
not
this United
invincible.
team,
They're not invincible. We can do it.
listen,
and
somebody
it's this
said,
United team. It's this
listen,
team,
listen,
bro.
somebody just said we have to play the perfect game to beat Man
Yes,
City.
the perfect game.
Perfect game, no mistakes whatsoever. We have to play the perfect game. Big up whoever the police going past. Is that you, Sean?
Yeah,
Fan?
that's me.
LA, downtown LA, hey?
That's Oakland. Yeah,
Hmm.
California. It's
Crazy.
sound of the police.
It's crazy. Listen, big up to everybody. Fan, did you put your final statements in?
About the season?
Yeah, the Premier League season. Not the whole season, but the Premier League season.
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm kind of still scarred by the losses. You see, I haven't got the 7-0 out of my head.
Me, the
I
away
haven't got,
record, I'm
I haven't
scared
got
by
the
the away
6-3 out of
record.
my head.
They're
So
way
this
better.
is why although, you know, if I just put them aside for 1 second, to get to third with that squad, those horrendous owners, those devils, right? And then making the mistake of going for it in all these games, yeah. He's actually ended up quite well. I would give him an 8 out of 10, maybe 8.5. I would give him, right? But I'm still thinking about the last season, and I'm still thinking about we have improved, but it feels like this improvement was just a stopgap, like to get through it. It doesn't seem like it's going to take a lot more to build a super team from this team. It's going to be like starting again and getting his players in and saying, okay, we did what we did last season, this season, but we're going to have to go somewhere else next season. It's going to have to be something else because I'm like, I look at the result and think, wow, we did well to get third. And he deserves a lot of credit for that. He really does, because he's the best manager you've had for a long, long time. But I'm still not sure yet. I need another year, this guy, because like I said, you know, me and you discussed this.
Another year of Ten Hag?
Huh? On Ten Hag, yeah, because to me, you might think I'm crazy saying this, but, you know, when we were getting beat 3-0, you know, at Liverpool, you know, you change it, you bang, you stop the blood flow, you pull the knife out, whatever, you tape up, you don't let them get to 7-0. So that tells me you lost it, you know, you missed it. Same with the 60.
Arrogance. It's the arrogance.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So this is why I'm sort of thinking, okay, how do I really talk about the season? Because it's okay to sit here and go, yeah, you know, and Jarvis made a really good point, you know. Today's game was way too open, way too open.
I think we took control after the penalty. A
little bit, but like, look, Nuruddin, they came out. They don't care if you score. They came at us. They didn't stop coming at us. They didn't. And you know, like I think what's the guy? Is it Kearney, the guy, the left-footed guy? Yeah. The guy who had the best chances, really, and he missed. He made the haymaker save, but if that was a top striker, that could have been another 2 goals. So for me, I understand that we did look more fluid today, for example, but you know, we were way too open. So I don't want to get too giddy, and I'm hoping that we can go into the FA Cup with some solidity and go, like you said, we have to
Hope for a miracle.
We've got to be super tight. We've got to frustrate the hell out of that team. Huh? I said we got to frustrate the hell out of the team. So look, this season so far is a success because of the way it's ended and what the result was. But is the season is a success in the ways I want it to be a success? Not quite, because of those losses. Though, you know, I can take a 3-0. I can even take a 4-0, but a 6 and a 7. In my lifetime of watching Man United for, like, let's say 40 years, they're like the scores when we used to play football. You know, they're the scores that we used to play with. You know, like junior football. In professional football, United, I still can't get my head around those. So that's why I'm a bit scarred by evaluating those seasons. Because if you'd have said to me that United, you know, like, so let's say you say to me 10 years ago, you know, this Man United team, they're going to get beat 7-0 by Liverpool, right? A Liverpool team that's been shoddy, it's shocking this season, right? So poor. The fact that they'll get beat 4-2 by Southampton today, right? That which makes it. I wouldn't mind if it was just a deadly Liverpool team that came to challenge.
4-4. The game finished 4-4.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But they were getting beat. They were winning 2-0, and then they ended up getting beat. They were losing 4-2 and came back to 4-4. I'm saying that's Liverpool, the team that beat us, not some fucking team that got 99 points. It was this horrendous Liverpool team. So this is why I think Ten Hag's got to start with this and say, we're not going there again. We owe it to the fans to get over that and put that out of our memory quick. And he's going to take, like you said, 5-6 more players and another season like this to get maybe third again and see if we can improve and get better from that. I think we're a couple of years off. So overall, a good season with this big cloud over my head of what happened in the season.
Windy was laughing at you. Windy said, Irfan's still scared by Liverpool on their 7-up cup.
I'm not scared by it. I'm just embarrassed by it. I'm embarrassed for everyone. I'm embarrassed for Ten Hag. I'm not scared.
But for me, I'm not lying to you. I'm going to give it to Liverpool fans. If the sale goes through, if we win the FA Cup, their greatest team in the history of their football club went for the quadruple, and they only managed the League Cup and the FA Cup. and I would give it to them. That's the ultimate revenge. And I hope and pray one day a United team will avenge that 7-0. But at the end of the day, it's what it is, people. For me, today, I just saw a bit more fluidity. I didn't see it against Bournemouth. I was depressed after Bournemouth. Nick will tell you, Jarvis will tell you, I was so depressed after Bournemouth because I was like, what the F is this? Today, I saw fluidity. I saw passing. I saw a bit more energy. I saw a bit more connection. I saw people having decent shots and keeper making decent saves. I've not seen that since obviously the Bournemouth, but before that, games before that, we were just going through the bloody motions. So today, I'm giddy about that. I'm going to allow myself to be giddy about that. I saw movements. The game was open, yes, but you have to put the game into context. No players were wanting to go into 50-50 today because they didn't want to be out of the FA Cup. They didn't want to be out there. But by the way, Garnacho was limping. That's why he got taken off today. And he was limping when he was on the bench, being in the stadium. I saw it. But listen, big up to Therapy Army. Big up to every one of you. Please smash a like on the video. There's on time 160 of you in here. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Hit the notification button because it lets you know when we're next live. Let the people know about the Therapy Army, people. It is what it is. Big up to our Jarvis Cocker, Man UFC Realist TV. Big up to our Mickey, Man UFC Realist TV. Go and check him out, Bowley, Jarvis Cocker Bowley 77. BOLE 77 on Twitter. Mick Ruby on Twitter. Irfan Rainey on Instagram and Twitter. And then make sure you check out @Sean Thomas on Twitter and make sure you listen to how we. I've missed out. We see.
Missed the C things.
I missed out. We see. There you go. How we see things. Go and check that political podcast out. Those of you interested in politics. But at the end of the day, after what I witnessed last season, I went to majority of games last season as well. This season, I've only lost one game. The first game, drawn 3. I still can't remember who else we drew against. We drew against Newcastle, Southampton, and who else?
Chelsea.
No, we didn't draw Chelsea at home.
No, that was away.
Oh, at home. Okay, sorry, my bad.
Leeds, that's it, Leeds. And we battered Leeds. 5 more minutes, they would have. But Leeds are falling apart again. Good night, Leeds. By the way, guys, my next door neighbor is a die-hard Leeds fan.
Yes.
He's even got a badge on the door. He can hear me now, and he's going to give me a dirty look tomorrow. But it is what it is.
Whatever.
Yeah. But I'm glad that Everton stayed up, to be honest with you. I've got a lot of friends who are Evertonians, so I'm glad that. I'm happy for them. I'm sad for Leicester because they were doing amazing. They just won the FA Cup. They won the league title, and now they're back in craziness. But big up to Sean. Big up to every one of you. We'll be live tomorrow, podcast 5:06 with Saeed and Tom. But big up to every one of you. Please smash a like on the video. Let the people know about the channel. We're on the road to 10K. Please check out Man UFC Realist TV on the road to 15K. And we'll see you tomorrow for the podcast, Straight Jacket podcast at 5 o'clock and United Real Therapy podcast at 5:06. Big up to all of you.
Big up to all of you.
Love and light. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Manchester United in the sun today. I enjoyed it. I'm not going to lie to you. I enjoyed Man United, the fluid energy. Fulham, of course, played open and they made a game. So I enjoyed that because after Bournemouth, go and see my match reaction. I was depressed. I was on Man UFC Realist TV. And I was depressed.
Yeah.
I was so depressed because I thought if they would have scored, nobody else was going to score.
But Nori, can I ask you one question then? If we had a game next week, do you think we'd get that same fluidity again?
I don't know, Irfan. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen, one thing I'll say to you now, I've not seen this level of fluidity in a long time, 10, 15 games ago. I've not seen that. We're winning games at Old Trafford. We're winning 1-0 and being cagey and holding on and like the fans really getting us. And to me, the biggest man of the matches or the player of the season, other than the players, is the Old Trafford crowd. Old Trafford this season was jumping. We pushed this team to over the line so many times, and today was no different. So it is what it is. But big up to everybody. Love and light. We'll see. Irfan, I can only judge it by game. I saw fluidity today. I saw fluidity. I saw energy. I saw interchanging. I saw one-touch passing. We played some lovely stuff at times today.
We did. I agree. I saw moments of football.
That's all I can judge. That's all I can judge. I can't judge it into whatever. We could get in 20 minutes at Wembley. The game could be done 4-0.
Yeah.
In 20 minutes. That is what we have to think about. But we're back here on Thursday night or Wednesday night to do the preview. But it is what it is. Manchester derby. I'm hoping that's an equalizer. The fact that it's a derby. But big up to everybody. Please go and check out Man UFC 3Ls TV. Go and check out Irfan on Twitter at Irfan Rainey. And then Irfan Rainey on Instagram.
It's been a long day, Nurdin. We had 4 streams today with yours now, so absolutely knackered.
Big
but
up,
we are
man.
happy.
It's the last one.
You know, guys, you know, we have
last one. Holiday now. Holiday.
You know, boys, it's a bank holiday in the UK tomorrow. So everyone's been partying tonight. There's loads of parties going on right now till 5, 6 in the morning.
So we're going to party. Come pick me up.
We're not going anywhere. I'm retiring. I'm finished. I'm giving up. I'm signing up for you. Remember, I would be sleeping now if it wasn't for your show. Trust me, I need the rest. The late nights, they kill me. They do, bro. Seriously, I've got to take it easy. I want to go out. There's a reason to go. I can't just go out like I used to all the time. So,
listen, enjoy the holiday, people. Enjoy the holiday. Holiday.
No, these guys deserve medals, man. There's no bank holiday in Norway or Sweden, is there?
No, they're solid. They're solid though.
And it's 1:30 their time. It's 1:30.
Listen, love and light, people. Good night.
On Sunday night, Monday morning, you guys deserve medals, bro. Medals.
Thank you.
Make these guys medals and make them wear around their